Hello everybody, my name is Alan, I'm from Sauber-Lab and today will be another video about Synology NAS. But not only Synology NAS, we're gonna show how you can protect your data for a local computer. In this video we'll explain a little bit more about Synology Drive and the application, how it's work, and then you need to protect yourself. This reason because anything that's connect, everything that's have in your computer can fail, and if you fail and you don't have any kind of backup, you're gonna lose it. All the previous videos I show how you can protect your NAS, how you can make it safe, but I didn't show how you can make safe or protect your local computer in such a way that if a hard drive or SSD fail, you still keep your information and don't lose anything. So if you like this idea and want to learn a little bit more about it, we're going to show you this video, but first of all, don't forget to leave your like, consider subscribe for the channel, and let's understand a little bit more about it. Before we start to explain how you can protect your system, your local computer, I will explain why you should protect your system. First of all, this one, it's a SSD WD Black version SN750. And if we go to the manufacturing data, WD Black offer at least a warranty for 5 years if you don't use too much transfer or rating information. I think that's 1.2 petabytes of write information, so it's a lot of data that you can write before this one fail. But this one can fail all the time. Any hard drive, any SSD, anything, either that the manufacturer gives some warranty, this one can fail. And in my case, this one failed. Basically, last week I arrived at my house, and that's in my motherboard the temperature shows as 00. I searched something online, they say that could be anything, could be my processor, could be my motherboard, could be anything that is making some issues. And I could not know exactly what is going, but my SSD, my system is still working. So what I decided to update my BIOS and see if anything changed. Because it didn't change anything, I say on weekends I will try to fix it and change my components and have a little bit more time. But on Thursday or Friday I needed to connect my computer, and once that I tried to turn on it, they have a black screen that they didn't find any OS system. And it was quite weird because everything was working and no one used that computer in any time. So then I look, was 00, no US information. So I decided to take out this SSD and test it, because if they are not working, I could try to format, but before format I need to check what information that is. I put my external adapter and they don't recognize, say that they don't have anything connected. So I say, maybe the SSD is not working. So what I'm gonna do, I will buy another one and try to put in place and see if it's working. I got another one, put there, and it's work. I install Windows, I do all the setup again, and then I say, really strange because these ones fail. So what I'm gonna do, I will send back for WD for them to review it, and they will send a replacement. It's not the first time that they are really good on it, but they fail. One thing that it's problematic for those replacements is that they will not recover your data. It's really clear that anything that you have an issue with your system, first try to recover your data before send for us, because all your data will be erased, and if you have some personal information, potentially you can have on risk. Because this one, it's only my OS information and I have only my Windows installed on it, it's not a big issue, but they will not be able to recover it, and they will not spend time to recover it. If they didn't find that it's properly fail and it's not something that I did, they will only scrap it and give another one for me. So imagine that I have some critical information in this one. Imagine that I have all my pictures in this SSD, or imagine that I have some data or some files that is really important for me and this one stopped to work. What am I gonna do about it? Basically, I have two solutions. First solution, I can get some data recovery companies that they will take out all the memories for this SSD, and from these memories they will install in another one and try to recover it, what could work or what could not work. How much corrupt is the data will affect if they will be able to fix it or not, but it's an expensive process and it's quite tricky process. And it's not easy, so it will take weeks, months maybe for them to recover, and that's because they took out my warranty, it's gone, and basically lose money for it. So what the other option that I have, I can do backup. and I don't say backup for my NAS, but I can do backup for my computer. So I have two options to have a NAS and use this in my benefit. First option, I use everything, all my data in my NAS. So we'll give you some example. If I come here, open Explorer, and here my Explorer, I have my network location. Let's say I have my Y drive and Z drive. My Y drive, it have my drive where it's my documentation. Everything that I have here organized. I have information for my car, my house, and continue on. Everything is here. And if I need that connect this data for another computer, yes, I can do, and that's all saved in my NAS, and my NAS have a RAID 5, and I have backups, continue backups, so I know that it saved this data. But sometimes I don't really want to use these specific options because I wanted to travel, I wanted to be outside from my house, or simply I wanted to have my local computer that I will be able to access anywhere. Imagine that I have a laptop, I go to work with that laptop and I cannot access my NAS, or sometimes I don't have internet to access it. So I would like to copy everything in my computer. So then come Synology Drive. Synology Drive is this application, and they have two options for backup. If I come here, this is the NAS that I'm gonna use to configure my Synology Drive. This one is a virtual machine, but it's made to work for my needs, so will work well. First thing that I need to have installed is Synology Drive. After I can configure this Synology Drive admin console, but first thing you need to have Synology Drive. Here in my Synology Drive, I have all my informations. I already done some backup, this reason that appeared this backup, but I have my photo as well that I used in the previous video. So now what I can do, I can come here and I will connect from Synology. You have two options, you can use your Click Connect or your domain. If you use a proxy manager, you can use your external domain, but because I didn't use it, I will use basically my Quick Connect user. Here I will log in with my user and I will put my password. Once that they connect and test the connection, they will appear these two options. The first one I will show is this backup task. This backup task, how the name say, they will do only backup. They will not sync, they will not do anything, they only backup all your data. So I'll put next, and I'll select what information that I want to backup. As usually, all the information inside my users is the really important ones because they basically save all the important information here. And I can come here next. This backup location will be exactly the same. If I want it to be in a specific information, I can change it, but for me it's fine. And here they will have backup, and this is the ID for my computer. If I want to change it, I can change, but normally I leave exactly the same ID for computer only to be able to identify it. And I'll put next. So I have three options that I can configure. I can configure a continue backup, what is the ideal, what I suggest you to do. I can have a manual backup that you need physically to put manual to scan it or to backup it. What will create a problem that if you forget to backup it and your hard drive fail, you're gonna lose the data anyway. And I can do a schedule. Schedule could be a little bit better. You can set up like 1 o'clock to backup when you're not using it, and that's don't overload your system. But if you turn off your computer every night, this one not do the backup. So have this one in mind. This reason that I prefer to leave continuous backup, and I put next. Now I have all the information here and I can put done. What they will start to do, they will start to backup all of my information. They start to process, will backup, and now everything will start to appear here. For my user, it's exactly the same path. So if I need to recover it, I can come here and only download it. Another thing that's really good for this option, if I come here and come here my Synology Drive admin control and put Teams folder, I can have enable at least 8 revisions. So it means that in the case that my system get corrupted and that this system backup anyway, I still have more 7 revisions of the same data available and I can recover it. So it's really good exactly for this reason. But remember, this one, it's only backup everything from my computer. If I wanted to have a folder that it's shared between few computers in the same way, this one will not work because they only backup my data and I will have a copy. So all the information that I have in this computer, I can access for my file system or my SMB, but I cannot basically go there and share in different computers. So if I would find something in my computer, my desktop 1, and I want to go for my desktop 2 and it's still working with it or with my laptop, I cannot do it because they will do only backup local. So let's remove this option. And now we go to the sync option. And this sync options is the option that I prefer. because it's really similar for OneDrive. If you already use OneDrive, you can have a sync between few computers, and once that one is edited in one computer, after they upload, the other computer can still use the same data. So I'll put start, and I will do exactly the same step, Sauber-Lab, but instead of use backup, I will put a sync. This sync have more few configuration that you can do. So let's show one example. If I come here, change, I wanted to sync my folder photos. If I come in here in photos, put OK, I select my computer and I go exactly in my folder photos. I can disable this option unless I wanted to have a specific folder for Synology that I know that is the Synology data, but in my case I prefer to disable it and leave OK. So what it will do, they will sync all the information, and if I leave select this option, they will be on demand. Will be basically everything will be on the cloud unless I need to open it. If I have access for internet, they will download and I can access it. If I don't have access for internet, I can always put copy local, and that they will keep a local copy for this information. So let's leave this option and put done. What they will start to do, they will start to sync all my information. If I come here in my folder photos, here they start to sync the information. Here is the information that's local, and this one is the information on the cloud. If I want to free space, I can come here, select and put free space, and that's it. They will start to be everything on the cloud. And all time I can come here and open my information, and here I can access it in the same way. And once that appears this tick, it means that it's local, and those will be downloaded for the cloud once that I select to open it. But if I wanted to leave always available in my computer, I can always come here, right click, Synology, and put pin local. So they will copy this information on my computer. In the case that I want to travel, I can access it in the same way. So this is other option that's really good, because in the case that I go to the holidays, or in the case that I'm not in home, I can have this information, or in the case that I want to start the work in one computer and want to finish another one, I still be able to do the same activity and have the same data in both places. So in this way, if my SSD or my hard drive or anything that I have information fail for any reason, I still have a copy of this information saved on my NAS. And if I do all the backups, all the things in my NAS, I will not lose my data. So in my case, I will send this SSD for W3 without worries that I will have any data here that I need to recover. Basically, I will only get a new SSD and I can put my computer and use it normally without any stress. And so in this way, we arrive at the end of this video. If you guys like this video and think that was interesting, please don't forget to leave your like, consider subscribe for the channel if you're not subscribed yet, and see you next time. Bye.